Pardon the interruption, but I'm Mike Wilbon. The World Series begins tonight, Tony. When you were a kid, did you dream of playing in one?
I'm Tony Kornheiser. I didn't, but my classmate did. A kid by the name of Abner Doubleday.
Yeah. They call it the World Series, then they call it something else.
They call it a
Great
game.
series.
No, they just called it a game in the backyard. Like when he invented it, he didn't have that far-reaching look about a World Series.
Full truth. You were in a Giants uniform wearing 24, right?
Oh, I'd love to have been in a Giants uniform wearing 24. He was my idol.
I know.
Louis Mays was my idol. Welcome to PTI, boys and girls. In today's episode, Adam Silver has issues, the Chargers roll the Vikings, and Aaron Rodgers gets ready to face Jordan Love. But we begin today with the World Series, which opens tonight, finally, in Toronto, between the Blue Jays and Dodgers. The Blue Jays are 7-4 this postseason. The Dodgers are 9-1. The Blue Jays have a lot of homers, 20 in 11 games. They've scored 71 runs. The Dodgers have had great starting pitching. Their starters have an ERA of 1.40 over 10 games. Wilbon, do you expect the Dodgers' starting pitching dominance to continue against the Blue Jays' hot hitting?
No. And it has nothing to do or little to do with the Blue Jays' hot hitting. It has to do with just the nature of baseball. And stuff changes, particularly when you get, which you should never get in baseball, 6 days off.
I agree 100%.
What the Dodgers have had.
I agree.
And you and I have been fascinated. We've talked about starting pitching all month.
That's right.
It's great for us, you know, like a flashback to a place in our lives where starting pitching meant everything in October. It still means a lot because we've seen the Dodgers just dominate with great starting pitching. Do I expect after 6 days down that the Dodgers are going to roll even those same four guys out there and just mow down Toronto? Not necessarily. Tony, I think they'll be good. I think we'll get some 4-3 sort of games. Do I think the Dodgers are going to come out and just handcuff Toronto with Bichette back in the lineup too? No, I don't.
Do you like the Dodgers to win the series?
Yes, I do.
Okay. All right. So we're going to be agreed on all of these things. My feeling about this is very similar to your feeling about this. The Dodgers pitching has been phenomenal. Starting pitching has been phenomenal. There's no other word for it. Their opposition batting average is 132. That's unbelievable. But yes, this is a long layoff. What I worry about, baseball is an everyday sport.
Yep.
When you take this much time off, then you worry about rust instead of rest. And I have something here. It's an ominous statistic. This year will be the fifth time since 1985 that one team in the League Championship Series swept and the other went 7 games. In the previous 4 times this happened, the 7-game team won every World Series, right?
That's the Dodgers.
You know, I think the Dodgers will win because I think good pitching trumps good hitting, and the Dodgers can hit. The Dodgers can hit.
This is one of the best hitting Dodgers lineups ever.
They have more runs in the regular season than Toronto, 825 to 798. Toronto doesn't have a top of the order like the Dodgers.
No,
with
nobody
Ohtani and Betts and Freeman. But again, Mike, you know what it feels like? It feels like the World Series is a bowl game that we've waited so long. And so I look, I think Toronto's really good. Their batting average, team batting average in the postseason is 296. That's unbelievably high. The Dodgers is 256. So, I respect them. The hottest guy in baseball is Vlad Guerrero. They have more home runs than strikeouts. That doesn't happen.
If Toronto can get to the Dodger bullpen,
then they're in good shape.
With Guerrero,
they're in good shape.
And Springer, and Bichette back in the lineup,
another small thing.
Can hold up.
Toronto won more games in the regular season, so they have home field. They have a maximum of 4 games there. They're 54-27 at home.
Great home record.
So, and yet I will be surprised if the Dodgers lose. I will.
Surprised? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm looking forward to this.
And by the way, if Snell goes out there tonight and gives up 3 hits in 7 innings,
then it's on.
Yeah.
Right? Then you keep that momentum.
Right.
You feel pretty good.
That's right.
The next night, let's move to the National Football League and the Chargers beat down of the Vikings. The Chargers offense came alive with the return of all-pro tackle Joe Alt. And the defense sacked Carson Wentz 5 times. Tom, what did this win do for you and your estimation of the now 5-3 Chargers?
Not much, really, because Minnesota isn't a very good team. This was supposed to be J.J. McCarthy's team, but for weeks now, they've gone to Carson Wentz, who gets beat up. And a lot of people looked at that game and said, why is he still in there? We don't know if J.J. McCarthy is any good, but after all these years, we have a sense that Carson Wentz isn't very good, right? So I don't think a win over Minnesota is something you hang your hat on. Were the Chargers good? Yeah, the Chargers were good. Justin Herbert, some stats against pressure, 13 of 15, 162 yards, 2 touchdowns. He also threw an interception. He has 7, which is sort of a lot of interceptions for a Pro Bowl quarterback. And I was talking to Jason La Canfora today, and he was talking about Joe Alt's presence and what that meant. In the games that Joe Alt has played, the Chargers are 4-0.
Yeah.
In the 4 games that he's missed, they're 1-3, and the one was that really dicey win against Miami. So he's obviously an important component there.
Yeah, the Chargers, I didn't go crazy when they lost a couple. I still think they're pretty good. I still think they're a threat to win their division, even though Kansas City's in it.
And Denver.
And Denver's ahead of them.
Denver?
A threat. I'm not saying the favorite, but a threat.
Okay.
So the Chargers are about where they are. This is what an NFL season does. This is what all professional sports seasons do, unless you have a dominant, crazy Patriots 18-0 team or Bears 15-1 or Dolphins. You have an ebb and flow. Yeah. Teams are going to lose. The Chargers are going to lose 3 or 4 more times. I think the Chargers sort of regain their footing. The Vikings, Tony, so there are 2 teams coming into the season that I thought were going to take a backslide. The Vikings, because of their quarterback situation, because I think getting rid of Sam Darnold was stupid, and the Commanders. Because they had everything go right, including great health.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
And so I worry about that. And I certainly hope that Jason Daniels can be healthy and be out there soon. But those are the 2 teams taking the backslide.
Jaden Daniels, not Jason Daniels. Jason La Canfora, Jaden Daniels.
Jaden.
I will give you the next 4 games, though, that the Chargers have, because they are all winnable. At Tennessee is winnable.
Very.
Home Steelers is winnable.
Yeah.
At Jacksonville is winnable.
Yeah.
Home Raiders is winnable. So, but like you have in the past, I often think of the Chargers that the whole is not greater than the sum of its parts, so I remain somewhat skeptical. Okay. Let us revisit the gambling story in the NBA from yesterday. Terry Rozier of the Miami Heat was arrested in connection with alleged insider information betting. And Chauncey Billups, coach of the Trail Blazers, was arrested for his alleged involvement in a poker scheme that has mob implications. Wilbon, this is at least a public relations nightmare for the NBA.
Total.
What sort of pressure is on Commissioner Adam Silver right now?
None. None he can do. He couldn't do anything on the front end. He doesn't have the power of subpoena. He wasn't going to be able to compel witnesses to testify or to give him information. Nothing. They're not a law enforcement organization. Adam Silver, now, you could, from a public relations standpoint, you could stand there and huff and puff and pound the table and look like a tougher guy. I don't know what David Stern would have been able to do. He might have been able to project something different.
He would have tried.
He would have tried. But in terms of what Adam Silver can do, he's got to sit there now and take it. He's got to sit there now and hope. Here's what he can do. He can pray every night that this is the iceberg in full and not just the tip.
All right.
That's about it.
So let me start by stating, for the record, nothing happened today that advanced this story from yesterday.
Good point.
We don't know if it's going to widen out. We don't know if, as you say, it is the tip of the iceberg or the iceberg itself. Regardless of that, even if this is all it is, it's disastrous in terms of public relations. And Adam Silver, is where you and I disagree, has to get out in front of this. I was honestly stunned last night that he did not go on the pregame show with Ernie Johnson and Shaq and Kenny Smith and Charles. He should have been there because they talked about it at great length. And because they're NBA guys, that might have been a soft landing. To me, it looks like he's hiding under his desk. I refer to my notes. I don't think this is as bad as Tim Donaghy. I mean, I really don't. I don't think it's close to that. But what you have, what's most important is the integrity of your game. Mm-hmm. And if this is true about Terry Rozier, then you don't have the integrity of your game. And that's, and you had an investigation into him. However limited you might have been, you cleared him because you let him play. Now you have an investigation into Steve Ballmer and Kawhi Leonard. And if it comes out that you're not going to do anything about that, the general public is going to say, well, you don't want to do anything about that. You have an inferior investigation. They're going to say, maybe you just want to sweep wrongdoings under the rug. And that's why I believe Adam Silver has to get out and talk and talk.
But he hasn't. And you know what they're going to do tonight? They're going to play the damn games.
And he's not going to say a word.
I don't think so. You say he has to get out front.
I think he has to.
And he's not going to. And, Tony, here's the shame of it.
He was in front on this. He wanted sports gambling. He wanted it.
Therefore, Tony, people don't care. They're not going to stop watching the games. They're not going to stop buying the stuff they wear, the jerseys.
I think they care.
Tony,
I think they
don't
care
care
if they think it's crooked.
Crooked, what does that mean? That's an old-fashioned notion that the NBA's target audience is not familiar with in any way whatsoever. They're going to consume the product and not care.
Millions of people on a daily basis bet.
Yes.
They bet the NBA.
Yes.
But if they feel that the NBA is not legit, that there is
what would lead
charlatans out, things like Terry Rozier.
Terry Rozier didn't even fix a game. He took himself out early. He enriched himself and some buddies.
He may not have deliberately fixed the entire game. He fixed his part.
Allegedly.
He fixed his part, allegedly. Yeah. Let's take a break. We're angry here. It's like Charles and Kenny last night, but when we come back, Indiana is ranked second in the nation. UCLA has won 3 straight. Who is feistier heading into Saturday's game?
And which quarterback has more on the line when the Packers pass meets their present?
You don't think that's the job of a commissioner?
Yeah. I didn't say it wasn't his job.
Well, he's not doing it.
He's not going to do it. Bet me. Oops.
Ooh. Ooh.
Do we go to DraftKings or ESPN? Bet for that.
Pardon the Interruption is presented by... Welcome back to Pardon the Interruption, presented by Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea, part of Happy Hour.
It's time for Toss Up. 2 men enter, 1 man leaves, finishes the show, then celebrates by carving 2 words into a pumpkin. I win. What's first?
Toss up, which team is feistier heading into Saturday's game, UCLA or number 2, Indiana?
So I don't know what feistier means, but I have a sense of what a possible trap game looks like and smells like.
Ooh.
Indiana is a 25-point favorite, and the assumption is that UCLA stinks. UCLA stunk.
Right.
They were 0-3 and then fired their coach.
Yep.
Then they went to 0-4, losing to Northwestern. Since then, they have won 3 games in a row. They have scored 100 points in those 3 games, which is a lot. They are now rushing the ball 208 yards a game with the new coach. With the old coach, they rushed it 122 yards. With the new coach, they're giving up 115 fewer yards per game. And I'm not saying they're going to beat India. I don't think they're going to beat Indiana. But Indiana's got a really soft schedule coming up, and you have to guard against complacency. UCLA is not limping into this game like they were when they were 0-3.
That's right. And to mention that, go back into the details of that soft schedule for Indiana. UCLA, of course, tomorrow, at Maryland, at Penn State, Wisconsin, and Purdue. They should win all the rest of their games. And this is why Indiana's the feistier team. Because they know they can win these games and get into, for a second straight season, the playoff.
But their coach is warning them. Their coach is saying, treat them like they're 3-0.
And that's why they're feisty, too.
Okay.
Because he knows what you know, that this looks like a trap game. He don't want that. Look, he's getting a lot of money now. Our eyes are on him. Eyes are on Indiana football. For the first time in my life, I grew up next door. Indiana football.
Indiana basketball, not Indiana
That's
football.
Right. And so they got a chance to do something really great here, Tony. And again, UCLA at Maryland, at Penn State, Wisconsin, Purdue. Indiana will be favored to win all those games.
Yeah, the assumption is Penn State has collapsed at this point. What's next?
Toss up, which quarterback has more on the line when they meet on Sunday night, Aaron Rodgers or Jordan Love?
Jordan Love has nothing on the line. The answer to this is Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers, and why is that? Because this is it for Aaron Rodgers. This is his last year. This is his one shot against the team where he made his reputation. His one shot against the team where he won a Super Bowl and won 4 MVPs, and his one shot against the team, as you well remember, that traded up to get Jordan Love while Aaron Rodgers was still great. Aaron Rodgers thinks about things like this. Now, everything he has said so far about Green Bay and Jordan Love, it's like he's reading from a script on how to be a nice fella. And he's, is it convincing? Maybe for some. But, Aaron Rodgers sees this game as part of his legacy. Jordan Love's got years to go in this. And they lost last week, Pittsburgh. And Aaron Rodgers sees himself as having to staunch that. That's how he thinks. I think it's all on the line for him and not at all for Jordan Love.
I don't give a damn what Aaron Rodgers thinks.
Well, that's part of the question.
No, I'm judging this. and it's all on the kid.
Really?
He's got to do something. Aaron Rodgers has a gold jacket in a garage next to the ayahuasca tank.
Okay.
It's over for Aaron Rodgers. He's going to the Hall of Fame. He'll do TV if he wants. He'll get his own show and 17 podcasts and pair himself with somebody in a black muscle shirt. It doesn't matter. Even if he gets it's nothing. The Green Bay Packers have it all in front of them this year. I know the NFC is tougher than we thought it would be, and their division's tougher.
But Jordan Love has years to go.
Jordan, he has now. He's been in the league like 5 years.
So that's it?
How long is he going to wait? Aaron Rodgers did his about this time. Aaron Rodgers, get off the stage. It doesn't matter.
What is that thing you say has a tank? Ayahuasca? Yeah. I always think of Hiawatha. Every time you say that, I think you're saying Hiawatha.
Aaron Rodgers, what?
Oh, look,
come on now.
Look, the people saw this. I win. I mean, he's crazy. He's wrong. Let's take one last break. Coming up, Lamar Jackson might be back in time just to torment your Bears, Wilbur.
I'm worried about that one. Matt Rempe and Ryan Reeves turning the ice rink into a
old
thug
school
ring.
Old school.
1960s.
Referee doesn't want to get in the middle of that.
No, he shouldn't.
No, because he's going to get hit by both right hands.
You know?
Not going to do that. It's on Aaron Rodgers.
Pardon the Interruption is presented by the refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Please drink responsibly. Part of Happy Hour.
Happy time, people. Happy 29th birthday, Rafael Devers. The Red Sox couldn't wait to get rid of Devers after he publicly complained about losing his third base job to Alex Bregman. Devers then refused to play first base as well. So Boston shipped him across the country and to the other league as well in June. Devers slumped badly when he first joined the Giants, but by the end of the year, he had 35 home runs and 109 RBI. The second most homers of his career, the third most RBI. His batting average fell to .252, though, his worst average since 2018. Devers is a three-time All-Star. He was on the Red Sox World Series champions in 2018, and now he will play for a college coach in San Francisco.
Devers played 163 games this year. By the way, now he has to be about the business of leading his new team to catch that rival team, the one down south, because that's what it's about. And the Giants still lead the Dodgers 3 championships to 2 in this century, right?
It's your stats, I know. Happy anniversary, Sandy Koufax. On this day 62 years ago, the Dodgers lefty became the first pitcher to win the Cy Young Award by unanimous vote. Koufax won 3 Cy Youngs, one each by unanimous vote. No other pitcher has won 3 Cys unanimously, and Koufax won his in the era when there was only one Cy, not one in each league. Koufax won 4 World Series rings, including in 1963 against the Yankees, when Koufax's 15 strikeout performance earned him Series MVP. He got another Series MVP in 1965 when he made 3 starts against the Twins, pitching 24 innings, giving up 1 earned and striking out 29. In his career, Koufax's record is 165 and 87 with a 2.76 ERA.
I don't want to hear any case made that baseball now is as good as baseball then. I don't want to hear it because you don't even have that. And he wasn't, while he was singular in some ways, you had Marshall, you had Whitey Ford,
Doesn't
you had
Ohtani change your mind a little bit?
Look at how many people I just said. Ohtani didn't go 9. He didn't go 24 in 3 games.
He might.
Let me see
Let's see what happens.
Let me see it.
Happy trails to most of last night's game from Matt Rempe. The Rangers' tough guy exited last night's game early with an upper body injury after an exchange of haymakers with Sharks enforcer Ryan Reeves. You hate fighting, Wilbon, but you gotta appreciate helmets flying off. Turns out Mr. Rempe had challenged Mr. Reeves to the fight in the pregame warm-up. Be careful what you ask for, kids. Not only did the Sharks win the fight, they won their first game of the season, 6-5 in overtime.
How about Rempe going 6'9", 255? I mean, he makes Reeves look tiny at 6'2", 225.
His nickname is the Rempire State Building.
That's
still fabulous.
Garbage, and the NHL
I know you don't
doesn't
like fighting.
Doesn't need it.
Great. It's a fabulous nickname. One omission, Eagles receiver A.J. Brown has been ruled out of Sunday's game against the Giants with a hamstring injury. Let's go to the big finish.
Let's do it.
Lamar Jackson, full go at practice today for the Ravens. What does that mean, Mr. Bear?
I'm scared that we could get Michael Spinks if he's right. Because Baltimore has to win this game. They're at home coming off a bye. I'm a little scared. The Falcons have listed Michael Penix Jr. as questionable against the Dolphins. What does that mean?
It means it's possible Kirk Cousins will be in the game.
Yes.
Could he come back and Wally Pipp the guy that Wally Pipp hit? You know?
That's a great storyline.
Could he do that? Is that possible?
It is.
The ceremonial first pitches in Toronto for games 1 and 2 will be thrown out by Cito Gaston and Joe Carter. Makes sense, doesn't it?
They are the national baseball heroes of Canada, right?
Yes.
They are. Absolutely.
Well, George Springer is getting there.
Springer is.
He's getting there.
On deck.
Yeah.
The Bruins have lost 6 straight. Cause for concern?
Anytime you lose 6 in a row, it's cause for concern. It's very early in the season.
Gave up 7.
I mean, you know, if this happened in March,
Somebody might get fired.
you know, yeah.
Even in January.
Well, everybody gets fired. Everybody's fired in hockey. Last one, the MLS playoffs are tonight. Inter Miami hosts Nashville SC. Who you got?
I got 3 TV screens, as you know.
Right.
None of them will have that.
Okay.
I'll have the World Series large. I'll have 2 NBA games flanking. I may click over to watch your boy wearing pink. I may do that.
We're out of time. We'll try to do better the next time. I'm Tony Kornheimer.
I'm Mike Wilbon. Have a great weekend, knuckleheads. And now, the Sports Center.
Oh, I thought you were going to watch the El Clasico?
Oh, El Clasico Sunday morning on the Deuce.
Mike with tonight's PTI bonus topic.
All right, Wilbon. The World Series finally begins tonight. Who you got?
Tony, I don't know who I got. For one, I just love the Dodgers and Toronto as teams and organization and personalities. I got nobody to root against. And when you get to the World Series, you should have somebody to root against, but I don't. So, but I'm really intrigued by sort of the matchups of Snell, Yamamoto, and presumably Glasnow and Shohei for the Dodgers starting, and they've been unbelievable.
Yeah. 1.40.
I mean, it's been like pitching
ERA
real pitching in the 60s and 70s. And,
great.
Okay. And so then I look at Toronto's lineup of the top of it anyway of Springer, Schneider, Vladdy, and Bichette back in the lineup and hitting cleanup, which seems to be a lot of pressure, although Bichette was having a hell of a year at 318, and I know he hasn't really played since early September. And Kenya Savage, what can he do? A guy going from low A ball to World Series #1 starter, that's a hell of a rocket ship. I don't know. I guess I got the Dodgers narrowly. Yeah.
So I think I have the Dodgers, and my feeling is that good pitching trumps good hitting. But I don't want anybody to think that I don't think the Dodgers have good hitting, because the Dodgers scored more runs in the regular season than Toronto, 825 to 798, and the top of the Dodgers lineup with Ohtani and Betts and Freeman. That's right. That's the best top 3 in all of baseball. You know, my concern is the layoff. It's been look, this is not football. Football is a weekly sport. Baseball is a daily sport. These guys went out for months and months and months and played every day just about. Yeah. And now you get a week off and then you worry rust, not rest. I mean, that's my worry about the Dodgers here. Yeah,
legit. By the way, you're right. I agree with you about the Dodger lineup, but you know what? Springer, talk about clutch.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you got Springer.
He's got a ring.
And Vladdy and Bichette.
Springer's got a ring from Houston.
I mean, no. Those are.
Yeah, I think it's a World Series that people can actually look forward to. Yeah, I do. Right. You want to hear that ominous stat, though?
What's that?
The ominous stat for the Dodgers is this. This is the 5th time since 1985 in which one team won the LCS in a sweep in 4 games, and the other went 7. The previous 4 times those teams have met, the team that went 7 won all 4 World Series, which is why it's the rest theory.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're into this. So you're going to tell me you're not watching the guys in the pink jerseys? You're not watching?
I'm watching the World Series. I only have one TV.
Game 1 of that?
I got one TV.
I got lots, and I don't know that I'm watching that. That's it. We're done. Back to you.